Hey, check out this clip from the Pre-Patch podcast.
Destiny 2 has permanently banned Cruz, a four-time world champion and streamer, because they detected a cheat that he used. Hold on one second. On another game, completely separate from
Not owned
this,
by Bungie.
not
Not owned
owned
by
by
Bungie.
Bungie.
Also, might I add, a single player game.
Yeah.
Not many people are
Well,
realizing that too.
it is a multiplayer, but he was not playing. The cheat he was using was only for
the
um,
single player campaign.
Yeah. And it was used in Total War Shogun 2 just to be able to add money and get units faster. And
Essentially something like adding money in The Sims, but he was using a program to do it.
And they found out about it and they banned him for
I'm
it.
curious how the anti-cheat even recognized that there was a mod.
I don't think that was. I'm pretty sure.
Unless he was playing at the same time.
I have my thoughts about this, and I want to hear you guys' like opinion on it afterwards.
It says they had detected a cheat, which means that the anti-cheat detected something.
So as far as I looked into this, is what he was using was some external anti-cheat software to run these pretty much hacks in his single player campaign. The only thing is, it was not a specific like software designed for that game. It was an overall like a multi-purpose software. It could have been run in many other games too.
Like cheat engine?
Like a cheat engine of some sort. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's from what I've gathered. I'm not sure everything of what is factual and what really happened, but it seems like their anti-cheat detected that being ran in the background, could have been ingrained or something somewhere, and it detected it. And so obviously he got flagged and banned for it. That is the part that I don't disagree with. I don't think, he should have not been banned for having this software running. I think he should have been. I don't think, obviously the system doesn't play favoritism or anything. They don't know who this guy is. I think he should have been banned, but I think that his appeal and proof of evidence and everything, so long as he was able to prove that it was only used for a single player game, should have been enough to appeal his ban. Yeah, but that is the part where he was denied.
Did he have Destiny running in the background while he was playing?
I almost guarantee he was playing Destiny 2 PvP or something like that, and playing Total War in queues.
Or that too, or just forgot the program. Like I said, it was a completely separate program, so he could have just forgot it open, or like it could have been just hidden. I don't know.
Yeah, or he was waiting for raid group, had it playing. I guarantee there was some overlap between the two games being played, and that's where the activation of the cheats kicked in, and then that's where their system flagged it and
that's
whatnot.
That's completely reasonable for a ban. Honestly though, the devil's advocate here is like, should he even be able to provide the evidence that he was playing, a single player game, not even using it for the cheats for Destiny per se, if he's able to provide that, but be unbanned for that, when somebody else could just be like, hey, I wasn't using this for this multiplayer game. I was just playing the single player game on the side. Why don't you unban me? I'm not saying he's a cheater. I'm just saying, like, anybody can then use that in the future and try to get away with something like this. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's kind of a rabbit hole, but
I don't know, man. Like, you're talking about, like, I get certain aspects of this, but like, this is starting to get into a Big Brother-esque style of like, oh, you like complete, like, I get it's an engine. I get that, right? But that's like me being banned in League if League didn't like the fact that I was running curse mod for WoW, because you could technically download scripts for curse mod, like, I don't, or Overwolf or whatever else. Like, you're overarching your reach as a developer to tell somebody else that they can't use whatever they want in somebody else's game. Like, that to me is just bullshit. Like, I think that's
I still don't know. I just don't know if they don't like believe him, that he was just using it for another game. Because how can they prove that he wasn't using it for both?
I could have sworn that I saw some again.
I mean,
I can't see it, but I thought he had
has evidence of that to provide, and then.
Well, I think that there was. I thought that there was a video of him, why it kicked off. Again, don't correct me if I'm wrong, but I may, but I could have sworn that I saw where he was talking about this, saying like, "Hey, I got banned because I was streaming and showed like this and what I was doing, and that's where it happened." Again, I can't say 100% or whatever else. But I swore I saw that in an interview or read it or whatever else, that was kind of one of the things that kicked all this off. But either way, like, I understand, sure, if he was in his game, and he's playing PvP or he's playing Destiny, and you've got the engine running, then sure, like, okay, it's a little suspect, like, obviously, right? But the system, I'm assuming, should be able to detect, if it's on or if it's off or not. I mean, maybe not. I don't know. Like, there obviously is some gray areas in it, but even still, like, if he was just banned solely off the fact of like, it was found that he was using a cheat engine in another game and it had no ties to Destiny whatsoever, and he just got banned for it.
It wasn't even that it had ties to anything. It was just that there was a known cheat engine running in the background.
Yeah, the cheat engine in question is Art Money, and people have been banned in Destiny 2 for having the mod in the past. So
running.
This is not the first time somebody has been banned for using Art Money. So, and it is a big back and forth right now within the community, because some people are saying that Art Money can't affect online games. Other people are saying that there are ways to manipulate the software to actually allow for cheats to happen. So it's a big back and forth.
Yeah, man. Like I said, I'm obviously, we all are totally against cheaters, and any way to circumvent them and detect them and get them out ASAP is great. This is a good show of dealing with them, but it's just the fact that he should have known something. I don't know. Maybe he should have known, honestly, that having a cheat engine, could potentially lead to something happening.
Yeah, but come on, man.
Like
are you gonna tell me that that he is not allowed to do whatever the fuck he wants on his own time with whatever game that he wants to do outside of the game that he is a world champion for? Like, that's fucked up. No company should be able to tell me.
It could have been just any Joe
right,
Schmo.
Anybody.
The biggest issue with it,
as long as you provide some sort of evidence that you weren't using it, in such means, then I think you win an appeal any day of the week. But it's just the risks of using engines of any sort of this use. I don't know, man.
Yeah, it's a slippery slope, man.
Yeah,
because
I feel for him, but like it's just like, you got to be careful in this territory, whatever you're doing, man.
Yeah, I also do think it should be on Bungie to have a refined enough anti-cheat system to be able to detect manipulated files within their game specifically. So
that would be nice too.
I don't like, this is also a huge reason why I cannot stand fucking kernel-based systems. Like, you are allowing for a system, which I get, kernel-based systems are one of the most effective ways to stop cheating, but it also, here's the apocalypse that you are going to allow for a kernel-based system. You are allowing a company to go and say, hey, I can see whatever the fuck is going on within your PC, essentially, like, if they really want to. And this is the doomsday that, like, I'm talking about. I'm not saying that he specifically was innocent and that, maybe he was fucking cheating and he was, doing all these hacks or whatever else. But either way, as it stands right now, unless Bungie is going to release it saying, hey, we saw you cheating, we know you were cheating, it's a fact that you were cheating, and here's the fucking proof of it, right? All you have to go off of is like, hey, I was cheating in another game. That's a single player experience, right? That's what I was doing, and I got banned for it. Like, I give you the big finger. Like, fuck you, Bungie. That's bullshit.
I'm leaning more, I don't know. ignorance, I don't think, is an excuse for this. I'm looking more into art money and what all it can do and like where all bans are coming from by using this particular software. It is illegal software. That is a good thing. But people have been getting banned using this software in games like Fortnite, Tarkov, CSGO, and Destiny since 2019. I think that's when the software came out or was like modified. So it's not uncommon for people to be getting banned for having this program activated while playing one of these games, whether they're using it for cheats in those games, up in the air. But you should have the know-how, especially when your livelihood's on the line with this kind of thing, to make sure that whatever you're doing isn't going to compromise that.
Yeah, I mean, I understand. I mean, it's like being a professional athlete, and you probably shouldn't be hanging around a spot that's known for drugs and meth and whatever else, because, well, you're probably going to get labeled as a meth head or getting, whatever else, drug screen and stuff. But
I think it really does come down to, like you said, the kernel system and, how effective and, if anything, over effective it can be. Just because of how it can't differentiate certain things. I think it comes down to really needing, if you have that type of kernel system, having a good investigative team on the other side of things to be able to go through the appeals and see what the system might have, flagged as something, as a hack that might have not really been like using, you know what I mean? Like, in his case, not using for Destiny, but something else. They just need a good team behind that to back that system up, because it can be really over effective in ways.
Again,
I don't know.
I'm gonna go to
me personally. I would rather there be an overcorrection like this than an undercorrection that would ruin the game experience overall.
Well, that's how I feel too, man. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I get it.
Because if you're dumb enough to have a cheat engine active at the same time that you're running this game, that's on you. Whether you're using it for cheats or not, that's on you. And you're going to get banned, especially if there's a history since 2019 of this software causing people to get banned in your game. Like, don't be ignorant. Take responsibility for your actions. Don't have the fucking cheat engine up whenever you're loading the game. And there's no proof. Like, from what I'm seeing also with this whole thing, is the proof that he gave is word of mouth proof. He did not give
no like streamed evidence or anything.
Proof. And Bungie did double check their situation and are still ruling him guilty.
Like take out the fact that he's a 4-time world champion and all this other stuff with Destiny, and it's just some average dude. Do you think there'd be as much of an uproar about this? I mean,
well, no, but I still stand on the fact that I think it's fucking wrong. Like, I still, I would still stand on that. My argument that it's wrong. Dude, that is literally like saying that you doing anything, outside all the mods that you run for Fallout, right? All the mods that you run for Fallout, you get banned on Last Epoch. Because the engine that what you're using to load all those mods on Last Epoch could be used for an engine for something that could be cheat. You could use to cheat in Last Epoch, and it happens to run constantly. Like, you have it running in the background, right? So you're to tell me that you not doing anything wrong, you're at fault because you had a system that was up. Like, yes, you're a dumbass. I mean, because it's a known cheating system. I get that.
Yeah, but Destiny 2 doesn't have that deep of an anti-cheat. Like, I get what you're saying with like kernel based that start up the minute your computer kicks on. That's bullshit. I understand that, because that limits anything that you can have on your computer, whether it's single player modification or not. But if you boot up a game that has an anti-cheat like this with a cheat system running, that's on you. It'd be like getting pulled over and having a bag of cocaine in your car.
Fuck you, this is still sore.
And then saying, no, that's not my cocaine. It doesn't matter to the cop because you still got cocaine.
I mean, I understand, but they're also then going to test me and be like, oh, you're clean. It's not your cocaine. Whose cocaine is it? Right? In the car. Right? They're going to they're going to be.
You're still going to get charged for possession, whether or not it's in your system or not. Though.
I mean, right, but
Yeah,
this is a little.
And what chat's saying exactly? You sign a TOS that says you are not going to have any third-party modification softwares running whenever you are playing the game. It is in the TOS. You're breaking the TOS.
All that fine print that we just accept.
Does it
and skip?
I want so before I'm not disagreeing with chat. I want to. I'm not disagreeing with chat because I'm sure that there is TOSs out there that say that, but does the TOS specifically say that you cannot have a third-party system running or on your computer, or does it say that you cannot have a third-party system that is running and being used for hacks inside of or modifying our game? Like, because if we're going to go down that road, you're going to go down a very fine print, like a very, very narrow path of being like, hey, this is like, yeah, like, again, Big Brother, like, are you going to police me because I can't have this running all the time? Like, or I can't have it running at all. Like, I'm not saying that this dude is completely squeaky fucking clean, but I'm also saying that, like, and what chat is saying is that the burden of proof does not fall on him. It falls on fucking Destiny. It falls on Bungie.
Well, I mean, from what it's seeming like they double checked, like they crossed their T's, dot their I's, and are labeling him guilty. So
yeah,
Destiny, for Destiny's sake, has deemed him bad for the game and have banned him. They have
talked about looking into it and deeming it not a non-false positive.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I don't know. I mean, again, just like I would want.
The only thing that would change is if Destiny came forward and explained the very specifics on why they banned him outside of the TOS explanation that they gave him directly whenever he appealed.
So why not? Why not do that? In this case, he is a.
You want them to do that for everything?
I'm not saying it.
I understand that it's bad publicity for your game potentially to not give that thing, but why
because we live in a world in a society that when someone gets to this level, right, you are now under a microscope and are looked at a different level because, again, just like Scruffy said, if this was just Joe Blow off the street, nobody's gonna give two shits. This would have never made news whatsoever. But this dude in the public eye or whatever else, and is a 4-time world, first champion. That's huge in Destiny. He's a big Destiny person. You banned him. That's like going to Michael Jordan's house during the peak of the fucking 1990s, run for the Bulls and being like, well, you're not allowed to play, right? And they're just gonna be like, well, we doubled
in his system.
Well, okay, so cool. If they went and they said, hey, we found steroids, right? And everyone's gonna be like, cool, did you double check? They're not just gonna be like, yeah, we double checked. It's okay. The world is gonna be like, you need to show proof, right? You need to show proof that this is actually the case. Right, you can't, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're gonna say if Bill, I think, mentioned that this is not the first time that this has happened. Not only in Destiny,
people have been getting banned with the software,
but we're talking about Destiny here specifically because they are the ones who are on the forefront right now with the spotlight. I think it would be in their favor to speak out. Because I'm sure many other people are going to come forward with cases, similar to this. And it's going to be going to be something that a lot of people are. I mean, it's
a win-win situation for them. Like, either they come out and they go, "Oh fuck, our bad," right? And we're so sorry. We're gonna reinstate this. Like, you're gonna okay, cool. Like, you apologize, you look good. Or they come out and they say, "Yo, the fucker was cheating, and Cruz is a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah,
like, he was actually cheating." Great. So it's a win-win. Yeah. Why sit on your fucking hands and be like, "Well, we double checked it." Like, nobody gives a fuck if you double checked it, but actually come out and do it. Do say something. Like, I don't know, man. It's
that feels like over entitlement to me.
I don't know.
I think it's good graces for a game company in a world where we are so adamantly against muddying waters and not being transparent. We want like 2024 in this generation all is about transparency and clear pictures or whatever else, and you just being like, hey, I doubled down and checked it. It's not being transparent. That's being, especially if you're going to be, the vision could be taken as, oh, you banned somebody for cheating on a game that's not even fucking yours, that you've got no, like, whatever else, and you're just going to say, yeah, I did it, and it's his word saying I didn't do it. It's your words as Big Brother saying I did do it. So your word counts. Like, I don't know, man.
Just to put this out there, we got Destiny's 2S for cheating, courtesy of Enigma. Thank you. And it goes by, to help ensure that every player will have a fair shot at fun and glory in Destiny 2 on PC, we resist attempts by third-party applications to insert code into the game client. This may result in incompatibility between Destiny 2 PC and the features of common third-party applications.
So in that, right, this is where it says, so if the system on, and I don't know enough about the cheat engine. You said, what's it called? Artbox, or what is it called?
That was the cheat software.
That's what I'm saying.
Right?
What is it? It's art.
Let me round it up.
Yeah, it's something I can't remember.
Art. What is it?
You asked me too quick, and I completely lost it.
It's all right. So this software, right?
Yeah.
If in fact on boot, right, it then injects a code immediately into their game, so that like it's just kind of like, cool, we're gonna plug our fucking cord right in, right? So just in case you want to be able to hack it, you can. Then you know what? It's on him. That's right. You're fucking foul.
Like you
right?
mentioned, like Overwolf, you know, as soon as you boot a game, Overwolf pops up with the overlay. You know, just something as simple as long as it injects something into the game.
Right.
You know,
if it doesn't,
any
and it's just sitting there, and it's just on, and it's not injecting art money thing, art money.
There you go.
Then guess what? Your TOS is fucked because it doesn't do shit, because all it's doing is sitting there. Like it. So that's, again, I'm just saying, there's a lot of what ifs, and Destiny.
I mean, Destiny uses BattleEye, so BattleEye specifics would be where I would go with how it's being detected, but ultimately it is Bungie's decision at the end of the day, taking that information from BattleEye to do what they want to do with
whatever
it.
you want with it. It's just, it would be in your best interest to maybe offer some clarity on this. Just saying.
Hey, I hope you enjoyed the patch notes. And if you want to see more from the Pre-Patch Podcast, don't forget to check us out live every Thursday night at 10:30 p.m. Eastern, or at anchor.fm/Pre-Patch Podcast, or wherever podcasts are listened to. Hope to see you there. Much love.